While on a trip, their dog took them to an abandoned boat which hid the impossible underneath. It was Whale's wedding around the corner. His friends were constantly nagging him with a question any group of his friends would ask: where's the bachelor party? The overenthusiastic bunch of friends in no way would have spared Whale without an all-boys trip. And the planning started, a plan which never went as planned. The very obvious question which surfaced next was where did the boys plan to go? Whale was an adventure lover. He enjoyed trekking, hiking, paragliding, and sea diving types of sports. Thus, his friends decided to Google the best weekend getaway destination for a trekking trip. And voila! They found one of the most exotic and darkest woods where they would be heading to for some fun. The woods were dense and dark. There were small waterfalls and lakes inside. It was the perfect place to have an adventure. Whale booked the resort and made all of the arrangements. The boys were all set to have a lifetime experience, but they were accompanied by another passenger totally uninvited. One of Whale's friends brought with him his doggo Pluto on the trip. She was a lovable dog, and neither of the friends minded having the pooch along. All of them had a great time talking, cracking jokes, and eating. Finally, they reached their destination, but instead of partying, the friends ended up in an altogether different mess. The friends reached the property they booked. They were all cherishing the location, the scenic beauty and stuff, when suddenly Pluto started to act weird. She would go from one room to the other and seemed uneasy. What was wrong with the dog? Finally, the boys were set for the much-awaited trek. The moment they all went out to the resort, Pluto started to bark loudly. No one could understand why she was doing so, and everyone complained about the doggo to be a spoiler. But Pluto had something for them. Pluto sniffed some smell and was after that. She smelled the road and started to run in an unknown direction. Whale and his friends had no other option than following her. Pluto's owner was scared that he might lose his beloved pooch, so he started running behind her. Pluto reached the middle of the river where there was a boat lying upside down. There was nothing else around, nor were there any traces of a human close by. What made Pluto run this far for was something that everybody wanted to know. When they tried to take Pluto back, she refused. But why? Under the boat were little kittens. They had confined themselves in the corner of the boat. It was probably their smell that Pluto had sniffed which got the men all there. The men were still in awe, realizing what the doggo had found. It was as if Pluto had developed a connection with these young ones. How did that happen? No one knew, but Pluto had already taken the charge to care for them. She did not let the men turn the boat in a jerk, and nor did she leave the spot until the men saw these kittens. The kittens were absolutely healthy and fine. They were in terrific shape. They weren't injured or anything, and nor did they appear to be undernourished. They were playing around and were little bundles of joy. Pluto sat beside the kittens and kept on staring at them. This was a very strange sight to see for the men, but it was so adorable to witness. Usually cats and dogs don't go together well, but here Pluto was so calmly looking after the little kittens. Whale and his friends were so proud of Pluto. Had the dog not found the kittens, they would be lying under the boat for God knows how long. She not only saved their lives, but had also fed them and nurtured them with love, care, and food. Though the friends did not expect their weekend party to go like this, they did not mind helping the little ones. They brought the kittens to their resort, and there they fed them with food, milk, and water. Their friends had packed some meat with them. They planned on treating themselves with some spicy meat burgers at the barbecue, but they served the meat to the kitties, thinking that they needed it more, and it was the best use of the meal. The friends were not sure if the kittens were fit and fine. There might be some internal injuries escaping from their eyes. Thus, they took them to a nearby vet and got them treated. The kittens were very small, and anything could be wrong with them while staying at a jungle. Fortunately, the kittens were all healthy and disease-free. Even the vet was surprised to see such a condition of the kittens, especially after knowing the circumstances that they were found in. And this wasn't all. There was good news as well. Soon after visiting the doctor, two of Whale's friends actually adopted those kitties. They had fallen in love with them and would love to raise them up. The friends had a trek and adventurous bachelor's party, which even gifted them two young pals to look after.